But now that you have your storage is your cloud storage is getting close to one gig, or you are above 1 gig. So what you want to do now is to archive the images. So you archive the analysis. The first thing you want to do is to select those images that you want to archive. As you can see, I select them. You go to the three dots, then you use the second option. You can see the remove. I told you earlier that the remove will remove from your workspace, that is only from this device, and a copy will be on the cloud. Note fully well that the cloud storage capacity is just 1 gig. When you hit that, above that, which will not allow you to be able to save any image or analysis on the cloud going forward. And if you're unable to save analysis on the cloud, that means you can't access that analysis on the cloud from other devices, but the analysis will still be on the local device, that is that specific device on which you do the analysis. But if you want to enjoy the benefit of saving a copy of that on your local disk, then you want to use the archiving. So the archiving tool will allow you to do a lot of things. So let's go ahead and archive 3 of these images. Okay, the first thing you select the 3 images. You go to the 3 dots, then you go to archive. Okay, you select archive. So here are what the archive tool will do for you. Archiving and analysis will allow you to first save a copy to the computer, that is this local computer that we are archiving from. A copy of the analysis file will be saved on that device. Then the software also, upon archiving, will remove the analysis from your account completely. That is, you free the space from the account, from the cloud account. Then from there, you will also retain all output data and metadata in the cloud. So the cloud will still hold the output data on the cloud. So you still have access to it on the cloud whenever you import it from any other devices. Then from there, you also free up the space. Note fully well that you only have 1 gig cloud storage capacity. So okay, let's go ahead and save this archive these 3 images. So from there, these are the images. It allows you to view them so that you don't, you don't mistakenly archive the wrong ones. Okay, so you click next, and from there you select. Okay, the software is asking, where do you want to save a copy of this images on your local disk, on this local device. So the first thing you want to do is to make sure you go to a particular area where you want to archive. So you name a folder, like you name it archive. So as you can see on my hand, I have my archive folder. So I already created that. So you create a folder on any of your space that you want. So you create it, and you navigate down there. As you can see, I navigate down to the folder where I want to save a local copy of those folders. So you save that. So now that has been archived. That folder has been selected. So I want the software to save a copy of those images of the analysis file in that particular folder. So the next thing you want to do is to enter archive. You see, type archive to confirm. So I'm entering archive right now to confirm that indeed I want the software to progress by saving a copy of those analysis on our local file, on my local computer. Then archive does the output data on the cloud and clear the storage that those analysis is occupying. So this might be a blast from last year that you are done with, but you still have interest in the file or in the data, so you can easily archive them and free up space for your current operation. So now let's archive those analyses. So the software will show you a progress bar of the process, whereby the software is saving a copy on your local disk, archiving the data on the cloud, and also freeing the storage space on your account. So now we have it 100% complete. So you see, successfully archived. A successful archived means that the software have saved a copy of this on your local device, and I've also saved the data on the cloud, and now it's going to free up the workspace on this particular account. So there you can see, by archiving my old data, I saved 9 megabytes on my cloud. As I've said, the archiving thing and the cloud storage capacity limit do not affect the number of analysis that you can do on the software, or the number of images that you can analyze on the software. The only thing that the archiving is all about is freeing up space on the cloud. That is the cloud that allows you to synchronize the analysis you're working on with your colleagues or with your other devices that you're using the account on. Now we are done with the archiving, so we close. Then another way round also, in some scenario, you might have your analysis on the cloud already. Like for example, you already delete this from this particular device. Okay, we delete it on the device. So this is the workspace. You switch back to the cloud space. So you can also archive the analysis on the cloud space by selecting them. Right now we improve such that you know what the analysis on the cloud space looks like. You know the size, so you can select them also, and you can download them back onto the device to actually archive them on your local device and also on the cloud. So yeah, that is a bit about the archiving tool.